Good morning. I hope you have a blessed day. I've just come by to give you just a morning motivational this morning. Isaiah 40, I was taken this past week to Isaiah 40. And you see a word I've sensed over the last few weeks as we've been in this pandemic trial that we're going through. But as I've spoken the last several weeks on these morning motivationals, that God had given me a promise. And the promise was the dust will settle. And we know that the promise is the dust will settle. And sometimes, like I spoke of last week on Job, we like to skip to the ending of the chapters because it's the middle chapters that become frustrating. And the Lord gave me the word frustration that I sense in this time of a lot of people's lives because their lives have been turned upside down. Frustration is the feeling of being upset, especially because of the inability to change something. It can become discomforting, worrisome, burdensome. But what I also thank God for is that during my frustrating times, He is not frustrated. You see, this trial, this did not catch Him off guard. He is still on the throne. And I was taken to Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40, this was written, Isaiah was prophesying to a future generation of a time that they were in captivity. And these people, I'm sure, was frustrated. I'm sure they had days like maybe we've been feeling. And Isaiah told them in Isaiah 40, comfort ye, ye my people, saith your God. He started the chapter by saying, comfort thee. But the chapter that I love, that I started reading, that the Lord just spoke to me on, was Isaiah 40 and 28. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creators of the ends of the earth, He fainteth not, neither is weary. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increaseth strength. So today, you may have been having a frustrating week, frustrating days, maybe a frustrating month. But my God is not weary, and He still has power over this. He says He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increaseth strength. He says in verse 30, even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But here's our promise. But they that wait upon the Lord. So today, I have news for you during these frustrating times. What are we to do? We are to wait upon God. Psalms 27:14 says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. That is times in our life is the most frustrating times is your waiting period, is the waiting room. You're in a holding pattern. You're not in the beginning, you're not in the end. But what will He do in the waiting room, in the waiting time? He says He's going to renew our strength. I want you to know today that you may be frustrated. You may not know when this is going to be over, but He says you're going to be renewed, refreshed with strength. They not only renew the strength, but He says you shall mount up with wings as eagles. Mount up means we're getting up. We're going to rise up out of the dust. We're going to rise up out of the chaos. We're going to rise up out of the confusion, and we are going up. And the third point is, He says, they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Good news is that we are going to be renewed when we get out. We're going to rise up out of the dust and the ashes, and we're going to run and not be weary. I believe that's power, Holy Ghost power, that's going to get us through this. And He says we're going to walk and not faint. That's good news today, is to know that God is still on the throne, and in our frustrating days, He is still working for us. I know that all of us has been frustrated, every one of us. And last week, as I was maybe having one of those days myself, I walked out of my garage and I saw something beautiful. And it was a beautiful butterfly. The first butterfly I had seen of the season. And I thought back, is it once was not a butterfly. It was a caterpillar that I would have walked right on past. But this day I stopped to take a picture because it was a sign of hope that whatever's ugly, whatever's frustrating, will burst forth into something beautiful and will fly high. We're going to rise up. We're going to fly again. I hope you see in your frustrating days, I hope you see God's beautiful butterflies in your life today, because I was frustrated too until I saw the butterfly. It gave me hope. It comforted me that this will too turn around and the dust will settle. Have a blessed day today.